Hey guys, Ryan here, and today we're bringing you a replay in the Charioteer on Sand River. Now, you've already seen one Charioteer replay from me, a very good one, fully upgraded with Gizmo. That was just because he requested I show it because it was a very fun game, so I showed it early. Now we're going to go back to the beginning of the stock Charioteer grind. So, I've got the small gun on this one. I'm platooned with my brother, Liam. In-game known as Vampiric Monarch, but you'll hear me refer to him as Liam. He's in his Tiger 2, grinding towards the E100. So, now that we're back at the beginning, and we're back at the kind of like grinding stages of it, you're going to see me play a little bit differently than what I might do fully upgraded. And what I mean is, in this game, you see me play a lot more passive, which I know some people would say is how people play in TDs anyway. I like to play quite aggressive usually, but in my stock tanks, not just TDs, light tanks, mediums, even heavies, if I'm stock, I sometimes tend to play quite conservative and at the back to try and snipe a little bit. Yeah, your team might ping you a lot, but if you're stock, it's better for your team for you to get 1500 damage from sniping, or like just not sniping necessarily, but playing conservative, than in your stock heavy tank going to brawl at the heavy corner, not being able to pen anyone and dying and doing 0 damage. Because if you do 1500 damage from playing conservative, you get more XP, then you can get upgraded quicker, and then you can actually help your team. So you're going to see some just kind of standard passive gameplay from me in this one. I've come to this sand dunes on here, hoping my camo and view range will be able to help. Tried to snipe the Tiger 2, I think that was, but no matter. There's actually going to be a not fully upgraded KV-4 shows up. I can tell it's not fully upgraded by the gun and the turret. And now I've just got nice easy shots into the side of him from across the map, which is beautiful. The other thing about this game that I want to show is a bit of teamwork between me and my brother. And also, there's just a driving fail in it, which is always funny, because, as you all know, I'm not the kind of guy who knows camping locations. Whenever I do decide to try and like find a TD location, or a sniping location, it's usually just based off me trying to remember where I saw an enemy or teammate go before on said map. So I've been hit by the Dragon. Nice chunk of damage to me, and I always keep an eye on the map. So you can see where Liam is right now, kind of in the direction that I'm looking. Get ready to fight towards the middle, where the enemies are pushing through. The enemies kind of won that center part. So I decided I can't get shots down here. In order to help Liam, I'm going to need to relocate. And if you look at our base, there's actually a TD near our base somewhere, and I'm thinking, okay, so there's clearly a location down there that I can use. It's just about if I can find it. And in fact, the TD who was there has just been killed. So what's going to happen is, as I'm looking at the team lists, and as I'm about to gather that Liam's now on his own since the Canonian Jagdpanzer died, or even if there is one, I saw the Canonian Jagdpanzer there, so I'm thinking he must have been there for a reason. I've seen other people hang around the base. So I just want you to know, I'm just fully making excuses for my shit driving and what you're going to see coming up. Right, so initially we're coming up, and Liam is getting pushed by another Tiger 2. And what I'm going to find is there's these really awesome bushes here where if the enemy's pushed around the corner, like where the Tiger 2 is now, I have shots at him whilst being behind the bush so I don't get spotted. So the bush actually acts as concealment here. I do bounce when I miss his lower plate. I'm going to get one shot in them. And this is a really nice position. But the Tiger 2 does the right thing and starts backing up. And the reason it's the right thing is because and I try to find a shot into when the enemies cross the map, but I can't quite find it. I'm going to move forward to shoot at the Tiger 2. But the issue is, when I move forward, you can now see, I can now see through the bush, and that means it's no longer acting as concealment. So when I shoot, as I go for a Pola snipe, I hit him, I get spotted, I start panicking and looking to my left in case there's enemies, and I'm trying to move to avoid them. And, yeah. Thankfully there's no artillery, otherwise I might have been fucked there. And artillery seeing a tank on his side stationary who was spotted, that might have been the end for me. At all time in the world to aim in, but thankfully we had a like YOLO tank run towards their base and kill it earlier, which is very nice. Now, you're going to see me is, I'm going to relocate to try and get shots across in the low ground, but because I don't really know these parts of the map, you're going to see that I drop down here to get shots over, I realize, oh, there's a big rock in the way, I can't shoot through that, so instead I'm going to have to climb back up. So you're seeing the new part of me, which is, map locations. I'm not really one for many map locations. I'm quite basic with my knowledge of where you can and cannot go in certain tanks. So that's one of my drawbacks. I just kind of wing shit, really, as I go along. Just kind of, oh, I'll try this place, see how it goes. But the Tiger 2 is moving forward again, and I do pick him up. Now, the thing to remember is this is still a close game. So we need to be careful. And there's actually a stockade nearby, who I'm terrified of, because even if he low rolls, he can still two-shot me, and he's got a 3-round autoloader. The only way he wouldn't kill me is if he massively low rolls. So moving to position, Liam on the map is actually moving round. I'm not going to push straight round that corner, I'm going to play it safer and come up to a position where, if he does come round here, I can back up. And of course the stockade is here, looking the wrong direction, thankfully, so I do snap a shot at him. And they're going to see me try to snapshot him. I could have gone for the overmatch there. I'm not fully aiming because I don't want to take a shot from, because as I said earlier, this game is still not won yet, and it might come down to me and Liam to carry this. So I'm trying to save my hit points, hence why I take a couple snapshots there. Thankfully finished off the stockade, and now, the thing is, I don't know how many hit points these remaining enemies have, and one of them is a Draugr. And you never want to underestimate Draugrs when they're top tier. You never want to underestimate Draugrs when they're bottom tier. So what's going to happen is, Liam's going to move down the centre, and as I'm thinking about what to do, I'm thinking, I'm going to travel down the JK line area, so I can kind of have a bit of a crossfire behind him. If he spots anyone down the middle, I'll be able to shoot at them. That's the thought process anyway. No one gets spotted. I realise I'm going to have to start moving up if I want to keep up with the combat. And you can see me there. I'm always checking what tanks are left alive. That way I know how much alpha damage they've got. Do they have an autoloader? Do they have really good camo? Etc, etc. You always see me checking the tanks left alive, so I have a general idea of what to expect. Now, of course, it doesn't guarantee anything, but just having a rough estimate of what they are, what they can do, what you have to watch out for. So he's got an autoloader. There's a Death Star hidden somewhere. It's all really good, useful information to have, and I constantly recommend just checking who's left alive all the time. Liam's getting pushed by the Oh-Ho, trying to help, but Liam can handle it himself. Few enemies to go. I've got these bushes here, and I actually was thinking about trying to get a bit more damage now. Referring to my earlier point, the amount of games I've had where I've driven out and been shot by someone and killed, and I've said the words, quote, I thought he was dead, because I hadn't checked who was alive any time recently to before I died. You got to keep checking it, because the map, excuse me, as people start dying, then the game starts changing, and who's left alive starts changing. You got to keep updating yourself on that information. I'm a bastard for doing it myself, of not doing that, should I say. So I've been trying to keep doing that, and it does come in handy. And that's enough waffling as this game's over, but not the craziest game, but a stock tank. I played it conservatively. I tried to use positions. I had a bit of a driving fail. It kind of had it all. Liam came top. I came third. And again, this was just for grinding. And I actually unlocked the radio for the Charioteer. So, you know, from this point on, I'm basically OP. Now I've got the upgraded radio. So, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I'll see you all in the next one.